It's interesting, you have these high expectations when you come out, and usually I go somewhere and there always, something's not quite to the bar that you expect it to be. Here, everything's been over that. I mean, the food is phenomenal. The just area, the weather, the sunsets are beautiful. A phenomenal group of people that we were around. The coaches are excellent. It's just a fun trip.
I've returned to Surf simply because there's just no substitute for the incredible instruction and care and attention that we receive here, specifically with our surf instruction, but it also encompasses into every other facet of the whole experience.
It had been 4 years, and my friend Reid finally convinced me this year to come back, and I had kind of reached another plateau, so yeah, came back.
My first time at Surf Simply was my first time on a surfboard, and it's where I've found I can really make progress, so I try to come back once or twice a year.
So I've been coming to Surf Simply now for I don't know how many years, maybe a half a dozen years. And this is my first time taking someone with me.
This is kind of my first real surfing experience. This is the first time I've done anything real, and it felt awesome.
Honestly, this was a random find. So my wife and I have both been surfing for a couple of years and having a hard time kind of picking things up and progressing. And we just kind of stumbled across this. So it seemed like a really good place to go with like-minded people that could come in, train, learn some things.
The coaching here is like nothing I could imagine. I just think it's so incredible how much personal attention you get and how much science and theory go into every single move that everyone on the team makes.
What Surf Simply's done is they've taken something that has often been difficult to describe and broken it up in pieces that you can digest and have a roadmap to get a little better each time you come down.
I think there's really a system behind it, a tree of knowledge. Everybody's talking the same language, so that's the big plus that Surf Simply has.
With respect to coaches, one thing that as an educator I notice is good methods. What feedback they give that's positive, what feedback for improvement. They keep it short, they keep it sweet. It's really directed, really helpful.
What I've found the coaches to be are professionals who take their job seriously, but also who really invest their time in people who come here, getting to know them. They show up for work every day, and there's no question how much they love what they do and how much energy they put into it.
We demystified a lot of ethereal qualities of surfing that we couldn't quite put into words, that my coaches Tommy and Prado put into plain English, and with video feedback we're very much able to break down into just sensible logic that I could follow and replicate.
And there's nothing so humbling as having to watch your video of a surf session and have it broken down by someone that actually knows exactly what you should be doing at any given point on the wave. It's great because you actually figure out, I actually can improve, and I'm probably not doing things the right way currently, but I know how to actually make them better.
I had Prado and Tommy, and they complement each other very nicely. They make it so fun, and you know, they have goals. They're out there watching what you do, having a good time, laughing, but there's always, you've got your goals to work on every day, which is really helpful.
What Surf Simply does so well is they figure out where you are, where your skill set is, and figuring out what the next step is to help you progress. And Will, my coach this week, honed in on it on day one. It's amazing how they can pinpoint it in day one, see where you're at, and that becomes your focus for that week.
The very first time I came to Surf Simply Jesse was my coach, and this is the first time I've had Jesse again as my coach, and it's been great. Like, it's kind of coming full circle. And so we've been working a ton on staying on rail, whitewater climbs, cutbacks, until all those pieces of the puzzle start to stack together, until finally, like, I'm actually feeling like maybe this year will be kind of the year of the breakthrough, kind of moving from level 3 to level 4 surfing.
I was working with Harrison and Teal, and they are both incredibly fun. They're really good at kind of working with your confidence level, right? So like neither one of us were good going out in big back, out the back waves. That's not something that we did in the past. It's just interesting having them kind of work through that kind of step by step to get you to that confidence level to where you're good going out back. You feel okay doing it. You feel a little bit better around the people and understanding that you can control some things a little more than you may have thought you could have.
The best moments of the week for me were seeing both my immediate group of coachees along with the whole class at large just achieving various milestones along the way. Every day it felt like someone was achieving something new they didn't think they could possibly do before, and that's purely the result of the great coaching we've gotten here.
I was really scared to go out the back, but getting out the back and actually feeling the momentum of getting on an unbroken wave and riding it was one of the best parts of my week.
For me personally, the biggest one was we started talking about angled takeoffs. This kind of opened the door for a whole lot of other stuff. So understanding how to get on the wave at the right angle, read the wave right and move through that has just been phenomenal, honestly.
The end of the week, I don't know what happened, but it all came together. Made a lot of my goals, all of them, in fact, and had a really good time the past 3 surf sessions and felt really good about my progress.
I think every single day was a highlight. The group was very, very nice. Yeah, every day is a highlight here for me.
And also the surf stretching. I've gotten so much out of those experiences here. I'm very much into yoga, health, fitness at home, and there's a lot from Andre's stretching classes that I'm definitely going to implement in my routines and daily lives at home.
Surf Simply, everything's perfectly organized, from the pickup at the airport, meals, lodging, surf coaching, everything's planned, and there's really a system in it, and you can come here and you just think about surfing.
Everyone knows your name. You have some one-on-one time with almost everybody at some point, and they're all working to make sure you have a good time and progress in surfing.
They're really built around creating a coaching system, creating a week's vacation, creating an environment for people to feel comfortable but also to push themselves and get better.
And then you come to Surf Simply and you get cuisine that is healthy and builds up and gives you the nutrients that you need to then get into the water, surf for an hour and a half, and then you come back from surfing to get, an hour of theory on the surf you just had, and then getting the nutrients to go back out with lunch and go out there and do it again.
One point that definitely has to be pointed out while staying at Surf Simply, that's the food. I mean, food's phenomenal. The guys are doing a fantastic job, and every meal is always a surprise, and we get surprised every day.
The food is amazing. Every meal is fantastic, and Dennis and Yayo do an incredible job.
with the cooking that the chefs produce here, I'm very much inspired to just be much more adventurous with my cooking at home and try new things. It was just phenomenal, some of the finest food I've ever had.
You know, it's a fantastic group of people. Same last time. Everyone has very interesting jobs, and it's a great group, and everyone really melds together well, talking about surfing and having a good time.
It's just cool, the cheering, the camaraderie, you know, because of the way everything is in a group environment, you start to talk and do everything else. The personality of the coach is, honestly, it's just phenomenal. It's just a fun vacation. To be somewhere where you can go out and get everybody like that that's together and going together, it's like leaving with a family.
You can look at Surf Simply as an investment in your ability to surf, and you can also look at it as an investment in just your life at large and meeting challenges and doing more than you thought you could possibly do, and leaving very, very inspired.
I had some really great moments, I had some tough moments, but the learning experience was awesome. I'm excited to practice on my homework and get better and come back.
I'm really impressed with the philosophy of what Surf Simply brings. Not doing things bigger, but just doing things better and building a team that knows what the mission is and what the goals are.
This has been one of the best vacations I've probably ever had. I walked away with more family and friends, I think, than I probably ever have from a vacation before.
Being out here and learning surfing together, despite our different starting levels, has been just an absolutely priceless experience for us.
It is one of the first times I'm ever going to go back to the same location for a vacation. I've never done that before.
Just wish we could stay longer.
One more week!
Every day was a highlight, so the week goes by so fast. It's time to book another week.
I'll be coming back.